Yo, what's up? It's the Marine Rapper, and welcome to the Military Musician Podcast Live. Welcome to all our fans on Facebook, and we have an outstanding show for you today. Let's get into that intro music.
You should never ask me. You never.
You should never ask me about it. Yes, I've been to war, my gun was shouting. Now I feel pressure from the politics. It's how I deal with war at home. What you gon' do about it?
Yes, welcome to the Military Musician Podcast. That was music from our collaborator, Sounds Like Freedom, and we have a wonderful star in that record. So let's get into the host. I'm your host, the Marine Rapper. I'm here with the co-host.
DQ, what's up?
And Topher, what's happening with you?
Yeah, and Topher. And we have an outstanding guest. Before we bring him out, we need to really give him an introduction. So BYG is an artist that expresses himself through a versatile rhyme scheme and deep poetic flow. Much of his music comes from his struggles with mental health and persevering on a daily basis. He's often compared to one of his favorite rappers, J. Cole. There's always more to music than just making words rhyme. Everybody make some noise for BYG. Yeah. What's up, BYG? How you doing, bro?
What's good?
What's new with you? How you feeling?
I'm good. Really just got off work though, so I'm a little tired. I ain't gonna lie.
Me and you both, man. Me and you both.
Yeah.
The show must go on.
Yeah.
So, why are you here today? What you got for us? I heard you got some music for us.
Basically, just so y'all can hear some of my music, know a little more about me, where I come from, why I make music, why I make the type of music I make as well. Because I know everybody making different music these days, but I got my own little style.
Yeah,
For sure.
some some of them are the same, but some of them are different, and you were the one that sticks out of the crowd.
Definitely.
What would you call your style? You got a name for it?
It's my style. If I say anything, I would say it's kind of poetical and lyrical at the same time. A little mix of the storytelling. I like putting that in there like that. Like it's got to have some type of meaning to it. Otherwise, I'm just not going to rap it. It's got to be something I actually feel.
Yeah. I feel you, man. I mean, I think the older people get too, the more they want substance, man. When you was a kid, man, I didn't care, bro. I just want to hear the beat, and I just want somebody to tell me to do something, raise my hand or something. But the older I get, man, the more I'm like, bro, tell me how to pay these bills. tell me how to get this money. Tell me how to treat somebody right. Like I keep going to jail. Those are the type of things I be wanting answers to, man. So I appreciate good music like that.
For sure. That's why we have you here, because you are a game changer, and we know when BYG is in the game, it's over. So let's get into that.
Let's go.
Let's rock.
Been stressed too, been depressed too. Attitude with a bad mood, can't trust none, really love you. Waking up from them bad dreams, heart beating, still feel dead. Cold sweats, but I'm still here. Face numb, but still hold tears. Hoping that it all disappeared. No hook shit, just all heart. Soul scarred, I go back to them memories. Proving something was the only means. What you meant to me, you couldn't see in me. Fucked up, my mind state. Fuck niggas and fuck bitches, couldn't touch digits. I'm too broke, just a couple dreams and a little hope. Mind clouded and weed smoke, I inhale, hope all well. Biggest fear, I'ma go to hell for my past shit. Tatted on me, my past life. If I stump a nigga, I earn stripes. Tryna live something they call life. Shotgun to my damn head, licking next to my damn bed. Buck shots and a couple shots, phone ringing like please stop. She ride by like late night just to stop me from that damn hurt. Could've been something that was way worse. Pull a Kurt, that Cobain, that trigger pull, then one bang, it's over. constant anxiety. Can't be the death of me. Devil be riding me. Can't let it get to me. Glock on the side of me. Fuck all my enemies. Bitches be lying. They just wanna figure me out. I'm too destructive. I'm too disruptive. I feel pain. You feel too. Couldn't handle me if you tried to. Fuck in them, then fuck with them. Like fuck feelings. Just one feeling. That nut, get it. I lost feelings. Like relatives couldn't deal with them. Reach out and get shot down. Blood, nothing but a background. Ain't close to me, I ain't close to you. Wasn't there for me, and that's real shit. A mother, a father, my sister, my daughter, my wife, and my music. The only thing that I dream about. The only reason I breathe now. Make a promise, I see it through. What I learned quick, you can't trust shit. I'm over all of these friendships. Fuck them all, just can't quit, but it's over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro.
Tell us about what you were going through when you wrote that.
Man, oh shit.
A lot.
That was actually, so when I wrote that, that was my first actual like song I ever actually sat down and wrote. And so a lot of times, like when I was getting out of the military, I was going through some shit. I ain't gonna lie, like anxiety, depression, like panic attacks. It was bad. I lost weight. It wasn't eating good. So I was going through a lot of shit at the time whenever I wrote that. And back then I used to freestyle, you know, everybody always like, oh man, I like this. You can like freestyle off the dome. You ain't really got to use nothing. And I was just like, I just want to write something down that's me, like how I feel, like what's going on. And I felt like that was going to be my way of getting over all the bullshit I felt. So that's literally why the name of the title is It's Over. Because it was just like, it was like after I finish this, I get it all out and it's done. And the one thing that I tell everybody when they listen to that song is that everything in that song is facts. Like all that really happened, and that is like it's all real. It's authentic. As Benji said, it's authentic. It's all real. None of anything made up. Like all of it. So, and I was just hoping that by me doing that, a lot of other people that I know that go through the same type of struggles can see it as like they're not weak. You don't have a problem because you know you're expressing your emotions and how you feel. Like, I mean, if people can relate, maybe I can help that one person out, and that's good for me.
For sure. Yeah.
That's dope, man. I was gonna ask, man, how small it had to be? What, a couple years back, and now the kid grown and a little bit bigger? Because I think,
yeah, that was 2018. My daughter about to be 3 now, so yeah, she's a lot bigger.
hey man, as a dad's girl, man, it's got to be a different feeling. I feel like there's a different level of responsibility and accountability when it comes to being a dad's girl, man. Like, because they're gonna look at you as the person they're gonna pursue one day, right? It's like, man, you're gonna be the person they compare to. It's like my dad was this dude and he was awesome. So I'm sure kids, you know, your daughter give you that extra level of inspiration and motivation, right?
Oh yeah, like her coming is actually like what made me feel like, okay, I need to do this. I need to do better. In my mind, like at the time, was really destructive, but like having her, it actually did help me see life differently and see things differently. And like you said, that's one of the biggest things like people don't realize. Like there are things that I won't be able to give her that her mother can, but as a father figure, there's a lot of stuff that she's going to look at and be like, okay, this is how a man treats a woman, or this is how a man should act. So the way I'm perceived by her is really going to affect her in the future. And so it is a tough job. Like people don't really think about it like that, but it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Is there? I got 2 of them, man. So I got double the trouble, man.
Yep.
2 blessings. Those are 2 blessings, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't trade them in for nothing.
It's wonderful. And
Oh no, that's my baby.
yeah, and you guys all have they're girls, right?
Yeah.
Wow, little girls or something else, but they're a dream, though. They're definitely.
You know too.
Oh, I do know. I'm a girl. I'm a girl. Then. They are a dream. So let's get into this next track. It's called Dreams.
Hey, I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, everybody wanna bail on me. I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, when the nightmares come, I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, everybody wanna bail on me. I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, when the nightmares come. Couldn't tell you once, I couldn't sell you twice. What it takes to achieve in this crazy life. I've been down for a minute and sinning. This how I'm living, gotta shake right. I can't slip on thin ice. Look, I know we all been sinning and heartless, living this song through the hardest linen of the concrete. On a mission just to save my soul. Look, one take, one shot of 50. Don't smoke, I sip, don't pop, I trip. The sauce ain't drip. What a real let though, that'll feel my flow. Go hard, rain, sleet, and snow. Like I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, everybody wanna bail on me. I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, when the nightmares come, I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, everybody wanna bail on me. I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, when the nightmares come. Pistol loaded, cocked, I hold it straight to the head. But the memories tell them they all dead. Perfect energy, pinpointed a simile. More than metaphors and more than fucking similes. More than what you giving me. Where they at, ayy? Closed eyes, been blind to the vision. Couldn't add what I'm giving to the path. I've been trimming, gotta cut these niggas out. Wicked ways get you praised, but I'm praying for the prey like common courtesy telling me murder every beat. Mind trap your till, bring it back your till. 95 came to life, they cutting that nigga out from a seed. Tiny bean and beamed out the sprout, nah. Bring it back to times, hitting licks, little dimes and nonsense. I don't really think they ready for that. That's what make them wanna off me, machete the cap. Fuck it, dreadhead, smoking on hella weed. Getting tied from a thigh in the front of my daddy seat. Fast forward my life, May year 23. That was my EP, to show you a better me. Fighting over depression and constant anxiety. Well, that should let you niggas know that I ain't giving up. Cause I've been following my dreams, going pour it up. I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, everybody wanna bail on me. I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, when the nightmares come, I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, everybody wanna bail on me. I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, when the nightmares come. Can't drown in my dreams cause the night may come where I never get a chance to commit, where I never get a way to repent. So I'm blessed with the talent to give. Work hard, grind hard till the day that I rip. So I'm following my dreams. Haters come, then it's all out. Fuck you. Man, fuck these motherfuckers that been down me since I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, everybody wanna bail on me. I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, when the nightmares come, I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, everybody wanna bail on me. I've been following my dreams. When the nightmares come, when the nightmares come.
Yo, bruh, nothing but heat. And let me
Yeah,
say this
yeah.
before we comment on it. Let me say this. I had to play your full tracks, bro. I don't know if you noticed that on the other on the other podcast. We gave them a little snippet, but it was so much heat we had to let the full track play, and you were the first person. So BYG, thank you for bringing that heat, bro.
Thank
Talk
you.
to us. You're welcome. Talk to us about dreams, bro. Talk to us.
All right. First off, I want to say Miguel with the hands up. That's how I felt when I first wrote that. I heard it play back in the studio. I was like, this is it. I love it. And it is on Spotify. If you do look it up, BYG Dreams under BYG 803. That's my Spotify. BYG 803 Instagram. BYG 803 YouTube. Oh my God.
There you go.
I got the name. But first off, I love performing in Vegas with you on stage. That was dope. All the veterans there, everybody was there live. They loved it. So that right now, that's one of my favorite songs out by me. But so the background behind Dreams, and this actually goes back to It's Over. So It's Over was my first song, anxiety, depression, the things I was going through. I wrote that down and I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave it. It's my single. And then I was like, all right, what else can I write? Because at that time, my mind was just ticking. I was like, you know what? Nah, it's not over. I'm going to write some more stuff. So I ended up coming out with my EP year 23 or whatever. And so that was basically just about how I felt after that moment in time. Like when it's over, it was like, okay, I'm going through all of this. That phase of my life isn't completely over, but it consuming me was over. And then I jumped to year 23, and that's basically like where I'm at now. That's why you had like Fast Lane, Affirmation. It was like very like a smooth type of flow on that one. And so it was like a chill, relaxed vibe. And then I went from year 23, and then that's why I made Dreams. And Dreams was kind of like, once a lot of people heard me rap and they actually knew like, oh, he's making music. They heard some of my freestyles, and year 23 coming out, a lot of people really, really loved it. And so they kept telling me like, hey, like, we love your music. We want to hear more from you. And I'm just like, okay, that's cool. But there's a period where, you know, life happens. So I was like, I'm not able to like get into the studio right now and do certain things. Like I was at school at that time. And so I ended up having a lot of people that seemed to really support me. At first, it just seemed like they started dwindling, you know? It was kind of like, oh yeah, he's up now. We see that you're doing good. It's over the numbers with this, and just everybody was up with it. And then it's kind of like, as I wasn't able to like produce that much, it was like I noticed a lot of people just kind of started fading away. And so that's why the song said that. Like, you know what I'm saying? When the nightmares come, everybody want to bail on me because I'm following my dreams, but it just feels like, you know, when you're up, you're up. When you're down, a lot of people kind of like back off. But to the ones that actually like stuck by me and are still sticking by me, I love the support. Every time I get a comment or like anything that I can see who it is, I always make sure I tell them like thank you, because that's what counts. So that's what made me actually write that song.
I kind of perceive that song as, you know, life is always trying to bring you down too. Like your nightmares are constantly trying to chase you, but you're not losing focus on your dreams. And so that's kind of how I take that too, is like, there's a lot of things that'll try to get in your way, but your dreams are so big and you're focused on them that you're not going to let them stop you, those nightmares. So I think.
Yeah, and you got to protect those dreams, man. You know, because if you don't protect them, man, people will shoot those dreams. And a lot of times it's not your enemies or haters that really destroy it. It could be people around you, right? They're like, dude, you've been rapping for 5 years. Why are you still rapping? Obviously, you haven't blew up yet. So why don't you do something else, you know? And they say stuff out of, you know, real concern. But, you know, you can't put a timing on someone else's purpose or when they're going to reach their fulfillment. So I always try not to be a dream killer, man. I remember one of the I went and saw Spike Lee. Spike Lee came to my university one year. It was funny too because I had a camcorder and he spotted me in the audience when he was talking and he said, "Hey, no cameras." So I actually have a video of that. So it's pretty funny. But I'm talking about you know, dream killers. Anyway, he talked about how parents are the number one killer of dreams. You know, because we'll tell kids real quick, yeah, you need to put that down. You suck at it, whatever. But I always look at people like Michael Jordan and the others that just, you know, even with 2 Chainz. I mean, he didn't blow up until he was in, you know, mid-30s or something like that. So it's like, yeah. So you can be out for a long time, man. But your dreams only die when you let them die. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and that's like my message to everybody is basically just know like we're all going through the same type of thing, but it's up to you to actually pursue your dream. It's going to happen to everybody. It's going to happen. So you're going to get knocked down. You just got to keep on going forward. And I know that's one of the biggest things is like, it's hard for people to even think about the fact that like you want to be a rapper. Like if I was to say, oh, okay, I just want to work this regular job the rest of my life and I'm educated and that's all I want to do. Everybody's going to be like, oh, that's amazing, you know, but when you reach out there for something that's outside of the norm, it's kind of like, okay, like, you know, how many other people want to do this or want to do that? You should just chill, do what you want to do. But I'm just do what I want to do. You know what? I don't know. My dreams, I just can't like, I'm one of those people, I can't just let my dreams die. If it's something that I want to do, I'm going to do it and I'm going to get it done. So hey, y'all just gonna hear more of me later. I know that. Like I ain't just gonna fade away. So
Yes, sir.
Epic, love it, Missy. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's crazy because I met you through a mutual friend on social media. She was just like, shout out to Carly, by the way. Carly was like, yo,
Yeah.
Carly was like, yo, you need to check out my homeboy. I was just like, what are you talking? Because Carly been following me for like years or whatever. But she's like,
Yeah.
you need to check out my homeboy. He's fire. He got bars. I was like, word for real. Because I don't look, a lot of DMs and messages and stuff. I don't look at a lot of them. But she was like, no, for real, like, check him out, for real. He fire though. He fire. And so I checked you out. I was like, yo, he's dope. And then I was in San Diego, and then you happened to be in San Diego, and I was just like, yo, let's connect, let's meet up, let's do something now. Like, you're fired, like, let's do something. And I did not know how fire this dude was. Like, he came to my office at the time. I had an office in San Diego because I worked for a nonprofit called Bunker Labs, right? And he was like, oh, you gonna record something? I was like, yeah. He's like, yo, who's gonna record it? I'm like, me. That's what my degree's in. I'll record you, right? So I was like, yeah, I'll record you. And then I set up the mic and everything. And I was like, what do you need? Just drop the beat. And then I dropped the beat, and he like one take the whole verse. And this is the whole verse. I'm gonna play it for y'all. I recorded the video and everything, and this is the whole verse. Now, check it out. It's called Turn Make and Turn.
How could you make me feel this way? Get down on my knees, I pray like try to be the perfect man for you. Don't understand why I said I do, cause everything coming back like deja vu. Been a long time coming on this journey of mine. Intertwine my thoughts of us lost in lust. Kinda sad cause I feel that we lost that touch, See the tension persistent, talk you don't listen. Tried to hand you the world with the time that was given, and you throw it right back in my face. Though you said you love us, it been clear to see. Only time that you love when you feel you need that company, and it comfort me no more. Like I walk that road, gotta save my soul for someone else. I done been through hell, I done been through rain, I done seen good times, but I still feel pain. Like kinda hard to express the truth, so everything that I feel, I address the booth. How could you go and tell lies on me? Like you said you would ride for me. Now your heart in a box like hide and seek. Been years and I still couldn't find that key. But late night couldn't even get a home cooked meal or relax and chill. Even though I worked a 9 to 5, go to school, pay the bills on time. Ain't much in the world I regret, and you the first one I met. How did we get from here? And when did we drift to death? Jealousy, envy of someone you love. Would it be better if I was depressed? Let that anxiety fill up my chest. This is my letter, address it as such. From someone you love to someone you fucked. To her it may concern.
Bro.
Man, you about to go make me call my ex, man. Like, it was coming.
Like, by the time you do that, BYG will finish another song. He one take that. The only reason you even see other angles is because I was like, hey, BYG, can I get some B-roll, bro? Are you like, I didn't expect you to like, bro, like, isn't that
do
crazy,
it again?
Isn't that crazy, Secure?
Yeah, I think that's awesome, man. This stuff is so heavy. It's like it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough what you're going through, and I think sharing it with us is very important for you and for everyone that's listening. So I think that's just incredible, man. This is heavy stuff you're talking about. Mad respect.
Yeah, I think that's the best part about it. Like, I see music, you can just express how you feel about anything. It's like, me as a person, I'm not like, I wouldn't say I'm one of those like big speakers, loud talkers all the time. They're like, go out, oh, let me go say this and that. So it's kind of like, all right, how can I express myself in a different way? And music, that's been my outlet. It's like, with music, I could write it down, and then anything I'm feeling, I'm able to like paint my picture for other people. And so like, that's what I really like about it, is being able to paint a picture that you can see as well. So it's like, okay, we see his life, and every time I make a song, it seems like somebody comes back and tells me like, hey, I'm going through this, or I'm going through that. And just to go back do it, the song gets over alone. I've had so many veterans that are my friends that hit me up, even not my friends, people I don't know, that'll hit me up about that song in particular, and they're just like, every time I'm going through something, I'll play this, and I just have messages on messages about it. And like for me, that's something that's deep, because it's just like, if you know you're not famous and you're not on that platform, but the people that listen to your music are able to tell you like, hey, I can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
That speaks about it in
Sure
itself.
does.
Yeah, man. I take impact over reach any day, man. You know, if I reach 1 million people, but only impact two people, I'm more worried about the 2 people, man. And I agree with you on that, bro. So keep doing it. I like the fact that you also, I'm starting to notice your flow. You don't really just rhyme every time, and it's really loose. I guess if that makes sense. It's just a loose rhyme, and I love it because you don't know, because your flow is just so sick that you don't even care. It's just like, oh, this is just hip hop, and this dude is just telling a story.
Yeah.
And if he happened to rhyme, it may come in the next bar or not, but you don't know. And I think that level of curiosity or mystery is what keeps the people drawn in too. It's because they don't. You wait for the next bar, right? So, oh man, here it comes. Okay, he didn't rhyme with this one. He's gonna rhyme with the next one, and it becomes a game to me, man. I feel like I've been doing it the last 3 songs. It's like, when is he gonna drop? When is he gonna rhyme this? And then it doesn't rhyme, and he's like, oh, okay, I don't care. It's still dope.
Oh yeah, a lot of people I notice, and I don't like really in particular try to stay away from that, but my mind is always like, so if I feel like I'm just doing the same thing over and over, my mind is just like, I think I could go this way with it, and I'll just switch it up. And that's why I tell people, I'm like, you give me a beat, I can hop on it, and I'll figure out how to maneuver through it, like regardless. Even though I am hip hop, I don't do a whole bunch of trying to sing or none of that. But I know that if you give me a beat, I'll figure out how to maneuver through it. And I think a lot of that comes from like back when I would freestyle, or also the fact that it's really just authentic. So I'm just speaking what I feel and putting it like that.
Yeah. That's dope, man.
And that's what's so cool about it. I remember you telling me that you kind of started with poetry first, right? Is that correct?
Oh yeah. So okay.
Yeah,
so
talk to us about that.
One of my songs in year 23 that I like performing is called Beautiful. And so literally in that song, I go over like everything I'm saying is my real life events. So in that song, I talked about me doing poetry in 3rd grade, writing poetry to girls for hugs on the bus and all that stuff like that. But all that was true. Like even back then, I had this thing for like being able to write words and then being able to see them like come alive. Like you write a word and then it's just like you write things, put it together, and people look at it and they're just like, oh, like I didn't think of it that way. And I love it. You can put so many messages just by the stuff you say or you write down. And I always loved reading when I was younger too, but not as much now. But when I was younger, I loved it. So I loved being able to do that. I was big on the whole poetry thing back then. And I think that's what really got me into rap. And I wasn't like one of the, like a lot of people growing up in the South. Like I kind of veered off. I was in 6th grade listening to like West Coast music, NWA and stuff like that in the 6th grade, because I didn't have Wi-Fi yet. We still had dial-up. So I seen NWA, and it took me about an hour to get a 5-minute song to download, and I just replayed that the whole time. And then I was big into that. I've always done my own little lane. So I don't know. It's just way to express this. That's how I feel.
Was there something specific that inspired you to start writing your own lyrics?
That inspired me just to start rapping in general?
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like I always wanted to rap. Like if I put this up, you can see that. That's 50 Cent right there, right?
Hey,
They Get Rich or Die Trying.
yes,
So
sir.
I was in. Now I'm 25, so I was in 3rd grade with a little CD player on the bus, listening to Get Rich or Die Trying. Every time you hit that little bump, you know that motherfucker skip. But I was over there listening to 50 Cent, all that. And so I would actually listen to it, and I would take it and I would rap over him rapping. But I wasn't trying to like be a rapper or anything. I love being able to put the words over the beat. And I feel like that's why a lot of people I also get like a lot of compliments on my delivery. It's just like, oh, it's not just what you say, but also the way you deliver it. And I think a lot of that has to do with it. Like that whole Get Rich or Die Trying,
classic.
Crazy. Yeah. When I heard that, I was just like, I want to be able to do this. But it kind of, you know, you get older, and like you said, people tell you, oh, you can't do this, or people are on a totally different path. So it faded away. My passion for that, once I got in around middle school, was kind of just like the poetry, and that idea, it faded away and didn't come back until later, after I got in the Marine Corps, and people wanted me to freestyle. Like it came to a point where we was coming back from deployment, and they would have me freestyle for them, like on the plane and stuff, like while we coming back. And I'm like, okay, that's a good thing, because usually people tell you to shut up when you're trying to rap and freestyle. But everywhere,
that's true.
Hey, spit a freestyle. Or they asked me to rap or something, and I don't know, it was dope. So after that, I kind of it started clicking. I'm just like, you know what? Like, I feel like I can do it. So that's what that was my point. After I got out of the military, and when I wrote It's Over, I was like, I can do it. Like, I feel like I can do this.
You sure can too.
Yeah, man. My question was gonna be, man, I know we didn't get a chance to hear your Black Lives Matter freestyle. But you know, I'm the political person, so I was like to ask, what you think about what's going on, man? What is your take? Do you think do you think this is gonna bring about the change that we're seeking, or do you think we still missing a certain element? Or what's your thoughts, man? So
first, I really wish people was able to hear that, because that really went through my feelings on how I felt about it. Okay. So like with all that going on right now, I come from South Carolina, Rock Hill, South Carolina. And in the South, everybody knows it's racist. So I grew up getting called nigger, all types of crazy stuff on the bus. Like, this shit's real. It is what it is, you know? And so it's just like, I understand where people's anger comes from when they say, oh, I feel this way towards these people. But at the same time, I can also understand being a veteran and having cops that are my friends and stuff too, and in my family, where they come from. So I think being in the military and getting moved from South Carolina and getting put in California, it gave me a good perspective on both ends. So I would say I understand why both sides kind of feel the way they do. And as far as a Black man, I do feel, when I go places, I am looked at funny. Speaking of Carly, the one that, you know, talked about the Marine rapper and introduced us and everything. We even used to play a game where me and her would go into the store and we would count how many like ugly faces, and you could hear people making remarks and stuff just because it's a Black dude with a white girl, and that's just like one of my friends. So, I mean, as far as it, I do support the Black Lives Matter cause heavily, but at the same time, I wouldn't say I'm one of those people that believes in absolutes, because there's a lot of people that will just say, if I agree with this, there can't be any other option. So when it comes to like the rioting and the looting and certain stuff, I don't believe that's a good thing for the cause. Granted, it's not a lot of the Black Lives Matter peaceful protesters that are doing the looting and the shootings and all that stuff. So as far as the actual cause itself, yes, I support it, but you're always going to have extremists no matter what group you're in, no matter what group, whether it be extremist cops that feel like, hey, we don't like these people because this, and that, whether it be extremists, you have extremist religions, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always going to be extremists, but as far as like the actual root itself and what it's supposed to be, I support Black Lives Matter, and I do feel like it's a good cause, like getting awareness out there and everything. And that's why I really wish people would go listen to the video, because I got a lot of backlash on that one, a lot, and people were saying things.
But that's a good thing. They'll be able to run those views up. So everybody, everybody, if you're listening now from the podcast or on Facebook or on YouTube, doesn't matter. Make sure you go check out BYG BLM Freestyle. It's on my page. I'm not taking it down. I don't care what you think. It's on BYG's page. It's going to be a BLM freestyle. You'll know what it is when you see it. It'll say this Black Lives Matter, and the answer is a yes. And we don't
Correct.
And the answer is yes, with the big period. People get it twisted and confused. Yeah, we can support, the police officers and military that we have in our family, but first and foremost, I feel that I echo with BYG's sentiment that hey, Black Lives Matter too, so we need to keep that in mind. Humans matter, so we need to focus on the real stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got for us, BYG? What else you want to tell us about?
Well, first off, too, like I said, if you listen to the song, I said all lives matter only if we are included. And I honestly kind of want to talk about that a little more because it was so many people giving me hate about that and saying like all lives matter and what about so you support it and what about I think it was correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's David Dorn.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, well, how do you feel about this? And I'm like, why would I not feel some type of way about that? Because I'm saying I support Black Lives Matter doesn't mean I support people getting killed for no reason. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people are they just shut it off. It's just an automatic. If it doesn't go with what I think, it's off. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to listen to it. So I would highly suggest if you want to know how I feel about it, but not just me and a lot of other people that I know feel about the Black Lives Matter movement, that you listen to that. So that way you can actually get an understanding of why what I said is what was said. So
yeah. Dope.
Yup.
That's awesome. And thank you for your courageousness. Because it really takes a courageous person, a brave person, to actually speak their mind, especially with a military background, and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I have some views that may align with the military, but don't get it twisted. This is how I feel, and a lot of other people are feeling. It's really hard in the military space, because it's like, oh, well, you went and fought for the government, but yet you're saying this, It's like they swear you got to be extremist. So I love when you said that.
Yeah. I mean, now besides that, I can say I am working on some new stuff, so it can be expected. I mean, with everything going on, I know I had a lot of setbacks, a lot of plans for this year, but I do plan on having a lot of stuff coming out, and it's gonna surprise you because there's some stuff coming together with some friends and people, that I have putting stuff together. So when you hear it, just look out for it this year. I can't give you an exact time, like and day, but it will be this year.
Dope.
I mean, can anybody really give an exact time or day?
Nope. It's been hard to create, man. Things are too real in the world. It's hard to sit down and try to be creative sometimes. So I feel that, like when you talk about setbacks, it's just been tough. Yeah.
And you don't
want to be tone deaf either to what's going on. So you have to kind of like pause what you're doing.
Yep, exactly.
Is that how you're feeling right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's kind of like I felt like I wanted to put that message out there that like I do support it and I support the cause, because I felt like it needed to be said, because there are some people that feel certain ways and would inbox me like, hey, you should write a rap about this. You should write a rap about this. But for me to write something, I have to really feel it myself. And I was like, okay, how can I convey what they're saying and put it into my own, my own words and kind of get it out there for other people. So it did. After that, I was like, okay, I need to step back, but I'm still gonna be back in the studio because I mean that's what we do as artists. We take what we feel and we put it on the mic. Everybody has a different story, so it's just how you do it. it and how you want to put it out there. So I'm gonna be on that.
That's definitely true. Look at Armin. Armin saying the world is changing in a great way. I love the way we were having this conversation, and the uncomfortable part is not an issue anymore.
Yep. And it's a conversation that needed to be had. Like, now a lot of people shy away from it when it comes to race, and I mean, there's understanding of why some people do what they do, but it is something that had to actually be, put in the forefront. So Armin, I agree with you.
How have you seen your community?
As far as back home or here?
I would say both. Answer both. Back home as well as where you're at right now, as far as the current events with the whole bringing the Black Lives Matter and police brutality to the forefront. How have you been affected in your community?
I mean, I know a lot of people back home are like big on it, and in a different type of way than I'm seeing where I live. And I believe that's because race is such a big issue back home. Like there's a lot of things that happen there that you don't really see happen here as much. Like, for example, where I'm at, in Temecula, California, it's protest. There's a protest actually going on. It started at 3 or whatever that's going on right now. And it's peaceful, just like the ones back home. But I just feel like I noticed it's a lot of younger kids and things like that. But back home, it's older people and like people that know just how deeply rooted this stuff is. It's not just something that's just happening. Like, I don't know. I just get a different vibe from it. Like a lot of people back home seem to feel like very, very strongly about it. It's not a trend. It's not something to hop onto and just say, "Oh my God, Black Lives Matter is the new thing of business." No, like this is something that's been going on. So, and like for it to actually get addressed, I'm actually loving how it is back home. Like as far as from what I can tell and seeing people that are supporting it, I'm loving it. So, I mean, it's all peaceful protests for the most part. Like I said, a lot of the crazy stuff that's coming out isn't from the Black Lives Matter movement. It's from other things that have nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Thank you for the insight. We can't wait to hear more from you, musically, mentally, poetically. You are just a gem, bro. So I'm so glad that Carly gave me that layup and was like, check out BYG, because you've been killing it ever since. On the Sounds Like Freedom album, you killed it at House of Blues live, man. You killed it on your freestyle with BLM. You just been killing it all together, man. So we thank you. And one more time, where can we find you, bro?
You can find me on pretty much all social media, BYG803. Easy, and it even rhymes.
Awesome. We love that. And I am the Marine Rapper. You can find me everywhere at the Marine Rapper. And we have D-Cure. Where can we find you, bro?
Best way to find me is through the website at dcurehiphop.com. You can find everything through there.
And you can find me, Topher, at tophertown.com or Tophertown Music on any platform.
All right. And this was the Military Musician Podcast featuring Marine veteran BYG, and we out. Whoa.
You
should never ask me. You should never ask